right now, like, regardless of what happens.
We got a call about some events here from another friend known as Verbs, and he met up with a guy named Demiso and kind of said, going to South Africa again, want to know who we can take. And so he'd been talking to me and a guy named Propaganda, and called Prop, said, hey, what do you think? You want to go? He put me down.
Thought I was fine, they sending me grief. I'm every now, so the stakes are high. Fighting principalities unseen by the naked eye.
The first event we were going to do was a soccer game. I'm just glad we didn't have to play soccer and just watch the kids. So we set up outside for the kids, and they were amazing. We got to watch them get down and, you know, figure out the teams. Propaganda rapped for the kids before they even went outside, so we did a little service, and amazing message just about how, you know, the similarities between how he felt like as a child growing up in California and then how they would feel up growing here.
There are times that I question, or I feel like God kind of forgot about me, like because of where I was from.
A lot of times we have a way of seeing foreign nations and foreign people in terms of textbooks, you know, in terms of anthropological studies, you know what I'm saying, rather than just, you know, humans. Like, and I know, like, if the shoe was on the other foot, you know what I'm saying, like, it would kind of trip me out too if somebody, you know, describes me in terms of the entire Black American. I'm like, I can't speak for everybody.
Remember that you're unique and you're special the way that you are, and that's the way that God made you. And don't ever worry about what the next man or the next woman is doing. You understand that? Yes. If I ask you if you understand, you say word. Yeah. There you go, there you go. All right, guys, thank you so much, man.
Put it up, them bruises are beautiful.
We got there kind of late, and they had already started the concert, and the whole experience was way different from where we were at. Where we were at, Zulu, but all of a sudden everybody's other cultures. You can tell you're in the city. Guys dressed in South African urban gear, and you know, they're just ready to do it. Walked us in, there's graffiti on the back wall, and it's like we walked into almost like walking into the back of a club.
It's beautiful mutilation like branding and tattoos is, that's pain, like ancient pagan practices.
We get in and the concert's going and people are excited, and you can even hear them kind of like, oh, they're here. And so we get in there and met DJ Easy and some new dudes, and just set up. They set up the show, and I think it was different from what they were expecting.
I'm in South Africa, am I right? It's Durban, I'm in Durban, right? Okay, y'all got rhythm, right? From the soundboard to billboards and back to the drawing board. A Southern Cali cross trainer, snow surfing skateboard, spirit-led b-boy. Homie, I'll show you one. I don't condone ghostwriting unless it's the holy one.
It was different, and at first it made me nervous because I thought, oh man, like maybe they're not gonna like it. But I think it's cool because it gave them another view of what music is and what different talents are. To see a flea market on, right when we drove up, I just knew, yes. In my head, I knew like, oh yeah, let's go.
We set up, and you know, Promo got the scratching, and once he started hitting the music, it was like, for me, like that part always sets me at ease. People are walking around, and it was just cool. Like, so I was just thinking, okay, attack plan. How do I win them over quick and keep them the whole time? You know, knowing that there's a language barrier, and but then at the same time not too worried about that because a lot of people here speak English.
What's up, y'all? Hey! 1, 2, 3, 4, right there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job.
the team was such a great support. You know, they were out there, they were having fun, so that, you know, encouraged other people to have fun. And you know, and I know, like, again, back in the States, like, if I were at an event like that, I wouldn't walk up forward. You know, I wouldn't come up to the front and be all rah-rah and supportive to the performer. I would stay in the back and like or not like them, you know. So I kept that into consideration. And again, just, you know, you perform like they love you. You perform like these are thousands of adoring fans, and they hanging on your every word, and you just give it to them. Rather than thinking, you know, just because you're American, they gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? Oh wow, he raps and he's from America, they're gonna like me immediately. You know, nah, man, like, that's not true. You know, you gotta win the crowd. You gotta win it, just like any other show or any other, you know, event you do.
I always wonder if somebody likes what I'm doing, and because I DJ, I mean, I want them to like the song I'm playing. So part of me was wondering, do they even understand what I'm doing? Eventually you could see some of the guys, like if I do something, to me might not have been a big deal, but to them, they were, wow, he just did this right now.
Maybe you can clap for DJ, come on for us.
We hear now that some people, you know, have followed up with the church, with the ministry here, and, you know, and that's good news.
When we first drove up, I wasn't as excited because there's not a lot of people. It is an army tent. All right, cool, we're just gonna DJ and people maybe come out, you know, so I wasn't as excited, but that one turned out to be the best one.
Tried to communicate, tried to like somehow connect with them.
I dreamed one day of coming to Africa. I was just a poor kid from the States in California. A lot of bad things were happening where I grew up. But God was very good to me. And he pulled me out of all that. And he gave me a new life.
It's absurd, the speed of my light is heard. Amazing with 1-5 hitting in God's word. And that young man who was once called a nerd and stood up for bravery to break all that labeling. What he gave to me bounced to this. You were once an outsider.
And the one where there was nobody became an instant party. And not just kids, but little kids, teenagers. Sobs is kind of speaking to the crowd, and all of a sudden he tells the ladies to get up, and, you know, for me to play house music. And they get down. I don't know if they've been watching the kids, just waiting for a moment, but they were shining.
One of the unique things about this particular trip that I really appreciate is that, you know, it's not like one of those, like almost like a wham bam, thank you ma'am, come in, big thing, cool, look at this, look at us Americans, we're gonna come do this one event, preach the gospel, you know, blow your minds and never see you again, here you go, great, one-time shot. You know, with Impilo, with the Mafus, and just with the amazing like work that they do here, you realize you're a part of something that's continual. I've never felt so at home, so far away from home, you know. like I'm just so comfortable. Like I'm strangely comfortable. Like that's the best way to put it. Like, so to sum it up to me, it's just like it's just family, man. Like I'm for real.
I always try to ask God, like, all right, what am I supposed to do? Like this trip or that. They were just glad that we were there and that we were taking time to throw a party, and that, you know, they didn't want it to stop. And sometimes you just take that outer view as, well, they're looking at me weird, or maybe they don't like it, but, you know, it's cool to see that just because on the outside they're not showing you how they feel inside, there's stuff that God is doing in them. To me, this is like not the end of the trip, but it's like a start of something else that's gonna happen.